Here we go, divers. A new major order is upon us with choice and consequence, and we're being shifted over to spilling oil versus the bots. A community dev has hopped into Discord and answered questions about shovels, 6 to 8 man squads, and a whole lot more. We've got interesting offerings in the Superstore, badass new mods to explore, and a whole lot more. If you happen to like the video, the easy and free way to support the channel is to simply hit subscribe. And while you're at it, don't forget to ring the notifications bell so you never miss one of my future upload alerts. And now, it's time to get stuck into all the latest from Helldivers. All right, divers, of course, the big question, is it squid? Is it bots? Is it bugs? And it is now answered. We're going back over into automaton territory. Here's the breaking news. Here's the briefing and the full explanation. It says the automatons have launched a brazen attack, underhandedly capitalizing on the ongoing Terminid and Illuminate offensive to further their despotic schemes. Intercepted communications indicate the enemy has 2 ultimate targets. Listen to this. 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, is the first target. This critical planet is home to many civilians. More importantly, it is the site of the ongoing development of MD8 gas mines. Yeah, when's the last time we saw those appear in the game? Which are nearing operational readiness after weeks of delays, I would say months. The second target is J.O.E.L. This planet is of relatively low strategic importance. However, High Command has received an emergency distress call indicating that thousands of civilians are trapped inside the ruins of good citizen Andrew's school for moderately feeble young adults. Oh my God, here we go again. It's the minds versus the kids part 2. Should the automatons control the planet at the end of this order, the moderately feeble young adults will surely perish. It is unlikely that both planets can be saved. Dividing our forces may lead to the loss of both. The Helldivers, humanity's most trusted judges, are charged to make this difficult choice. Okay, divers, here's the TLDR, here's the damage. This is a 4-day major order. Both of these planets are connected to Beckvin 3, which the bots are currently attacking. So we have to make a choice. Do we go after 𝗵𝗵𝗆𝗃, and in which case we get the MD8 gas mines, or do we repeat history? Head over to J.O.E.L, help out the feeble youths, and get them off the planet, and therefore don't get the MD8 gas mines. Definitely leave me a comment about this one. Which are you choosing, the mines or the feeble youth? Man, I can't believe we're back here again. It's funny how history repeats itself. And by the way, for those of you wanting a quick 15 medals, today's personal order is to kill 100 troopers. Remember, that's over on the bot side. So let's get to spilling some oil. We've got a really interesting 3-page Superstore reset for the next slightly less than 2 days, and this feels like the last little bit of buildup before the kill zone items reappear. But for right now, you've got the alternate Servants of Freedom items, including the banner, cape, hellbent helmet, hatchet, and lightweight hellbent armor with integrated explosives as the passive. Page 2 brings in the cinder block heavy armor with siege ready, along with the helmet, cape, banner, and stun baton, which were part of the alternate Urban Legends offerings. And finally, page 3 is the full UF84 Doubt Killer medium Jinro armor with matching helmet, cape, and banner. But who knows? The Killzone items could be coming as early as Thursday. And as always, to stay up to date on whenever it happens, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell so you never miss my future upload alerts. Okay, we've been seeing a bit of a movement to individualize your Helldiver appearance, aka your Helldrip. And today's mod showcase is actually a trifecta of awesomeness that will do just that. So first up, here's the white EX00 LUT edit, and anything bright white I seem to be a sucker for. Who knows, maybe I was actually a stormtrooper in a past life, but we've seen mod author C21Y06's work here on the channel in the past, and this one uses the EX00 armor and helmet and turns it into something that really pops. And for all you Arc mains out there, you may want to check this out because Arctic White, along with 95% resistance to Arc damage, yeah, that might be right up your alley. How about a tactical-esque camo for the Plas 101 Purifier? And honestly, this is a weapon I really need to invest more time with, but 𝗏𝗏𝗏, hopefully I didn't butcher that name, has added this one into the game, taking the standard Purifier and moving it in a much different, lethal direction. Now, I actually got in a little bit of testing with this one, and it does look really good, especially while planetside and squashing some bugs. And finally, who out there wouldn't want to spread managed democracy to the sweet sound of this? The iconic A10 sound effect for Eagle Strafing Run by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has been around since late last year, but was recently updated. And everything here, from the cannon sounds to the whine of the engines as it pulls up from its attack run, just sounds so effing incredible. If you are interested in any of these mods, I will include links to all three, which can be found and had over on Nexus Mods. And as always, full credit goes to all of these mod authors. Inside the game itself, we've seen quite a few dev responses and announcements concerning all aspects of Helldivers. Starting off with, we've got two posts from community manager 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The first of which is that Helldivers has another survey you can respond to. By the way, I'll leave a link to this one in the video description in case you want to give the team your feedback, but also these things do fill up quickly and are run by PlayStation, so by the time this video posts, it may have closed due to hitting the maximum number of submissions. Also, there's been this strange notice about a containment breach being detected within the Discord. Now, this is not new, and by the way, it's nothing to be alarmed about, as it has to do with a new Minidivers Discord game the team launched last week. Now, when you get these alerts, you hop into the Galactic War channel on the official Helldivers Discord, and as a community, you all start typing in your favorite stratagems using the arrow keys, which will drop them in and damage whatever the public event boss is at that time. From there, you can earn rewards, but to be honest, I'm not quite sure what those could be. Are we talking Discord badges or something similar, or does this translate into goodies we can then take into the live game? If you happen to know about these rewards, please post down in the comment section for all of us to see, please, and thank you. We've also seen community team member Sephez back and typing up a storm in the Discord, answering all manner of questions, starting off with one that I think is an incredible suggestion, and I'm sitting here kicking myself for not mentioning it first, but here's what it says. Any plans for, or could we get the ability to switch the direction a stratagem will face by pressing a button? It's a pain to be chased by enemies, and then when throwing a sentry down, waiting for it to slowly turn around, or manning an emplacement and using 2 business days to turn. A simple press and throw to instantly be facing the enemies would be such a cool quality of life change. Damn, that's a great suggestion. Sephez answers, I'll bring this up with the team. I think it's a great idea. And talk about something that could really improve our lives while in combat, right? Or if we can't get an actual directional change button, could these sentries come down with the barrels facing the same direction we are? I mean, there's so many times that it lands, you hop on and you turn this slow 180 to face the targets who are rushing your position. You get off a few shots and then are overwhelmed because it took so damn long to spin the gun around. There was also an interesting request for reslotting the entrenchment tool that asks, is there any possibility of the entrenchment tool being reslotted as a secondary tool instead of a support, given it's a one-handed melee item that has some good utility, like the ultimatum? I know it was all the rage when it was found in the game, but I've never been a big shovel diver, but Sephez did say, there's always a chance, but we'd have to make the system work for being able to drop and equip secondary weapons during missions as things are right now, and I don't think that's an easy task, unfortunately. So overall, it seems like Arrowhead would have to put in a ton of work to rework the entrenchment tool, which doesn't sound easy to do. They haven't responded with a definitive and simple no, but it feels like that's what they are actually saying with this one. This member asked about Hulk Obliterators being added to high-level play, explaining it's the third variant of Hulks not available to fight on Super Helldive, also mentioning the team did something similar with Charger Behemoths and how they were moved up from mid-level difficulty to the highest levels based on that player feedback. Now, Sephez had an interesting response to this one, simply saying, Is it because you want a more challenging experience? Question mark? Now, I haven't seen these things in a while, so I had to look them up, but Obliterators have rocket launchers on both arms and are exclusive to medium difficulty missions, specifically the Eliminate Automaton Hulks mission types. But overall, I feel like we have enough stuff shooting at us on bots level 10 without adding in another rocket-flinging enemy variant, but let me know how you feel about this one. Would you want Obliterators added into every difficulty from medium on up? Do we leave them isolated to that mission type on medium difficulty only? I mean, yeah. Let me know where you stand on this one. Drop a comment. Another topic I see consistently mentioned within the community is public events, like raids, and basically anything that involves more than a 4-player squad. For instance, this member asked if there is a chance for expanding player lobbies, like 6 to 8 players in one mission, and Sephez did respond to this one with this. Introducing more players during missions will impact a lot of things, so it's not an easy feat. Mission balance, performance, etc., but it would no doubt be super cool. I know that various members of the dev team have responded to similar questions to this one in the past, that there's really only so much that game engine can handle on screen and happening within the game at once, and adding in more players, more instances, and way more things to shoot at pushes it over the edge, and the engine and overall performance really suffers. Would it be cool? Absolutely. I would love to see 4 squads of 4 players all converge on a single point and do battle with, say, a massive horde or even a boss-style encounter, but it doesn't seem like the current tech can handle it with any reliability, which I agree is a real shame. Not wanting to let the issue go, here's an interesting twist on that question, again raised by another Discord member who asked if we could essentially stick with 4 players, but for us to be placed into a mission where we were fighting more than one faction while in that mission, almost like a 3 or 4-way shootout, which I would love to test out, and Sephez saw this one and responded to it as well. Yeah, at least the performance would be the biggest issue in your example, because we'd be loading in a lot of extra content that we wouldn't otherwise be loading, which means that people with software already struggling with performance would struggle even more, would take some dedicated time and effort to make it work. Again, it's not an outright no, but the technical limitations and the amount of stuff that is moving, attacking, shooting, and exploding around us would certainly push current hardware to its absolute limits. But who knows? Maybe with Helldivers 3? For those of you looking for an excellent watch, the J.O.E.L Chronicles Part 2 is now up on the Helldiver YouTube channel. I'll include a link down in the video description, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but at least for me, there are 3 over-the-top, most memorable, incredible moments in Helldivers history. Now, the first is, and will always be, Malevelon Creek, and what we divers went through with that one. The second is how we banded together to fight Sony in real life, which is still an ongoing battle. And the third, again, at least for me, is when we said to hell with the gas mines and we went to save the sick kids on Vernon Wells, which resulted in a real-life donation made by Arrowhead to the Save the Children Foundation in the amount of $4,311, which, if you look at the numbers, spells out hell. Again, check out the video, and watching it reminds me of just how awesome this Helldiver community is and can be when duty calls. So there you go, divers, your daily news, and there's so many topics you could comment on with this one. We've got the developer comments, the new major order, the J.O.E.L Chronicles, and how about those mods I featured? Drop me a comment about anything Helldivers related, and I will of course do my best to respond. I said I would pick a random comment as a winner from last video's comment section, and ShadowWolf3419 responded with their top collaboration ideas, and they are the recipient of some free super credits. Shadow Wolf, make sure to hop on over to my public Discord, and we will get you sorted out over there. By the way, link can be found in the video description. Thanks again for all the support, and until the next one, this is Lieutenant 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 signing off.